So after 4 years of trying, Robinhood has finally launched in the UK, and this was a platform that took the US by storm by offering cheaper fees and features to a lot of people in the US that didn't normally have access to these features unless you were a high wealth client or on a big expensive platform, and that means that it had a very good success in the US. Now it's launched in the UK, and with it launched in the UK this year, we're going to have a look how this one does compared to our favourite broker, or in my opinion, the best UK broker investing platform at the moment, which is Trading212. Does Trading212 now have some competition, or does Trading212 still come out on top against Robinhood? Today we're going to take a look. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get started. So Robinhood is finally here in the UK. You can get it through the desktop app, or you can download it on your iPhone or your Android if you're an Android sort of person. I don't want to offend the Android users out here, but it is available in the UK. And like we said, this platform really got to fame in the US by offering cheap fees and a lot of features that weren't historically available to the average person on a cheaper platform in the US. During 2019, 2020, it had a lot of success as a lot of people got involved in the stock market, and it also had a couple of dramas on its way with the likes of GameStop just to kind of spice things up a little bit. But it is here in the UK. It did try to do this around about 4 years ago, and then it decided to cancel its UK launch. At the time, it had a lot more going on in the US though, but it is here. 2024 is the year that Robinhood has finally launched into the UK, and today we're going to look at how good this platform is. So getting onto the platform itself, it's actually quite a clean platform. It's easy to use. This has been one of the controversies around Robinhood, is that some people say it's a bit too easy to use and it's a bit gamified, but sometimes you do look at some platforms and they do look quite overcomplicated. So you take that how it is. In my opinion, I think easy to use platforms are a good thing, so I've got nothing wrong with that. Robinhood, as you can see here, is registered on the FCA, so when we look at security wise, is this a safe platform to be using? My answer to that would be yes, it's a relatively safe platform. It is registered with the FCA, which is something important. However, I noticed that it is not registered with the FSCS, but it is insured by the FDIC, which is a lot different to a lot of other UK investing platforms out here. So if you look here on the page, they've got what they are covered by, and you can see here what coverage the FDIC insurance gives you compared to what you would normally get, which is the typical 85,000 in the UK's FSCS. So that's a little bit different to what normally happens from a security point of view. Now, Robinhood was always known for its cheap fees, and it has brought that across to the UK. You are able to buy stocks without costing you any money, which is good if you are a younger investor or an investor with low allowance. But at the end of the day, we all want to save money. You know, I don't think there's a point now where we should be paying £10 to go buy a stock. This isn't 1990. We don't have to phone up any brokers anymore and they have to put the trades for us. Fees should be relatively low, but if you can have it for free, that is good from our point of view. Now, what was quite interesting is they did put a little bit of a chart up here on Robinhood's site. And if you look at Robinhood, Free Trade, HL, IG and AJ Bell, which is the comparison it used, you can see here commission fees is 0, which is good. There is no FX per trade, which is actually very good because this is a lot better than Free Trade and Trading212, which isn't on the chart, which is a little bit strange. Interest on cash is 5%, which is a lot better than these platforms. Still the same as Trading212, but it does offer 24-hour, 5-day-a-week trading, the after hours, the pre-market, which is a lot different to these stocks here. So when you compare it to Free Trade, HL, IG and AJ Bell, it does look a strong platform compared to them, but for some reason the best UK platform, they've not stuck a comparison chart in. And when you compare Robinhood to Trading212, there's a couple of features that Robinhood are ahead of, like the FX for example, but it would look pretty close. A little bit suspicious that they've dropped Trading212 off this chart. But overall, it's good to see that Robinhood has kept their platform still a relatively cheaper platform to use. However, that is kind of where the positives end for this platform. We're going to get onto some of the negatives now with Robinhood. So with Robinhood, the first thing I wanted to know, are they offering ISAs? And I thought they weren't going to offer ISAs, and that's true. They're currently not offering stocks and shares ISAs, which is a complete killer. I still don't understand why stock investing platforms launch in the UK if they don't offer ISAs, because they're already behind. You know, one of the big things, one of the big tax advantages we have in the UK, and I say to you all the time, is if you're buying stocks, you gotta use your stocks and shares ISA, because then when you sell it, you pay no tax on it. And with Robinhood, they are currently not offering a stocks and shares ISA or a SIP, which for me is a straight rule out of that it's not better than Trading212. Because you don't have the ISA options. I don't understand why platforms keep launching in the UK without the ISA options. You've got to have the ISA options, guys. So that's a really big negative on Robinhood already compared to the likes of Trading212. The next thing I'm going to say is, yeah, the platform is very clean and easy to use. However, signing up, geez, I've never had problems like this before signing up for a platform. Normally in these videos, I would show you how the platform looks and how to use it. I can't though. The problem is that I've had an application for the last 3 days and it keeps asking for my bank statement. I upload my bank statement and for some reason it keeps turning it down. It gives you no reason why it's turning it down, and as well as that, when it does turn it down, you get no notification. So you have to keep coming on every couple of hours to see where it's at. That's very bad. I think there should be a way here that they're telling you why this isn't getting accepted, and also that there should be some notification like saying, oh, by the way, your ID that the statement that you've uploaded has been declined because of these reasons. So that was a little bit poor communication going on from Robinhood when I did go on to using the platform. The other disappointing thing that I would say about Robinhood is that it's just US stocks. Once again, I think this is a little bit lazy. It's okay doing just US stocks when you're a US platform. When you come to the UK though, you can't just offer the US stocks. Fair enough, you've got a lot of options. There's about 6,000 stocks on there. They're not behind a paywall with the likes of free trade, for example, but there's not a good selection of stocks. So for example, if I was on Robinhood and I wanted to go buy something like one of my favorite UK stocks, which is Hollywood Bowl, if I search in Hollywood Bowl, there is no results here, which is a little bit disappointing. So I've got to mark it down here. I think that's a bit lazy from Robinhood launched in the UK and not giving you the ability to buy UK stocks. The next thing is when I look at the comparison to the US offerings. When I look at the US offerings, they're amazing. I was excited for Robinhood to come to the UK because I thought, okay, we're going to get some of the options that they have in the US. When I look at the UK platform, it's very bare. Yes, it's got low fees. Yes, it gives you the interest. Apart from that, I struggle to see any other benefits really for Robinhood. They have none of the features what has made it successful in the US. For example, right now we have the Robinhood Gold card, which gives you 3% cashback across the board when you use it. I think if this was in the UK, that would do very well. It needed something to go, look, this is something special that we're offering, and it's not offered. There's also the other point of view where you have the likes of options, which, by the way, there is a little bit of issue around the regulatory point of view, and that's probably some issues that Robinhood is having compared to the US, is that the UK markets, investing apps, is a lot more regulated compared to the US markets, but I was hoping they were going to bring some of their features across from the US into the UK. Something from the likes of, like we said, the cashback card, maybe it's the option point of view, which, like we said, there is a lot of regulatory around buying options, whether it would be through the point of view of the early access into the IPOs. There wasn't really anything new or exciting launched by Robinhood, which is disappointing, because when you look at Robinhood, what gave it in the success in the US, it was to have these exciting features, these new features, these features that haven't been available before to the audience, to the users. I look at Robinhood and pretty much everything, apart from the lower FX fees or the no FX fees, there's nothing that I look at this and go, yeah, that's a lot better than Trading212. There's nothing that makes it exciting, and especially without the lack of a stocks and shares ISA. So when I look at Robinhood at the moment, is it better than Trading212? No. And in fact, I'd say there's a bit of a gap between Trading212 and Robinhood. I'd say there's even a few more platforms that I would use ahead of Robinhood as a broker. So even if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have Trading212 with my main account, but I'm going to use another platform just to diverse my wealth a little bit, have a little protection in case anything happens to Trading212, I wouldn't even say Robinhood at the moment comes second behind Trading212, which is a little bit of an issue. So right now, Robinhood launched in the UK. I've got to say, guys, I'm a little bit disappointed it's not closer to Trading212, and I'm a little bit disappointed they've not offered anything unique or brought anything exciting from the US to the UK audience. To me, it seems like a very bare minimum job of launching just to say they're in the UK and hope the name carries them forward. When you actually look at the platform, there's a lot of work for them here to do to try and catch up to Trading212. Hopefully they do it. Hopefully they start bringing some of these features across from the US, but at the moment it's a very, very basic investing platform, which is not good. So in my opinion, Trading212 is still the best UK investing app out there, and Robinhood does have a way to go to even get into second place, never mind overtake Trading212. So in my opinion, Trading212 is still the platform to be using, and if you do want to join Trading212, links in the description. You can get a free share worth up to £100 when you join through that link, and that's still, in my opinion, the best investing platform in the UK, even with the launch of Robinhood this year. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. See you in a bit.